Good morning students. Welcome to the world of SciTech, Science and Technology. Today we are discussing about amino acids and proteins. In a previous class we have already discussed about transcription in DNA. So that I would like to take the next class about translation. Before that we should know about what are amino acids and proteins, how they are related, interconnected. Amino acids are molecules that are combined to form proteins. When proteins are digested or broken down, amino acids are left. Amino acids are organic molecules that are made up of a basic amino group NH2 and an acidic group carboxyl COOH and an organic group R or side chain that is unique to each amino acid. So that amino acid is the short form of alpha amino carboxylic acid. Amino acids are required for the synthesis of body proteins and some important nitrogen containing compounds that are creatinine, peptide hormones and some neurotransmitters. Essential amino acids and non-essential amino acids. What are these? Mostly we get amino acids from food. A food that contain all 9 essential amino acids are called complete proteins that such type of foods are beef, poultry, egg, fish, soy, dairy and some of them are remaining. But in some cases food have amino acids but didn't get all 9 essential amino acids that are called incomplete proteins. Such type of foods are nuts, seeds and some grains. What are non-essential amino acids? Non-essential amino acids are synthesized from glucose or our body can synthesize these proteins, produce these proteins. Because we didn't get enough amino acids from food that we eat. That time our body can produce these amino acids and that are glycine, proline and some of them are remaining. We will discuss about later. How amino acids and proteins are interconnected. Amino acids are the building block of proteins. The chain of amino acids form a polypeptide. One or more polypeptide linked together to may acquire a 3D structure and a functional form to become a protein. So that we move on to how amino acid absorb to our body and what are the functions of proteins. So let's move on to that topics. A peptide bond is a short chain of amino acids. The amino acid in a peptide bond are connected to one another in a sequence by bonds called peptide bonds. These are the picture of amino acid and peptide bonds. This is how amino acids are interconnected in a chain. As we know that amino acids are the building blocks of proteins. A protein is a chain of amino acids connected together. This is like a beaded necklace. The beads are amino acids connected together by a string or bond which forms a long chain of proteins. Our body has thousands of different proteins that each have important jobs. Each protein has its own sequence of amino acids. Amino acids play a role in almost every system throughout our body, including assisting in the creation and growth of muscles, connective tissue, strength, healing, and repair. How the absorption of amino acids performs in our body. Certain proteases, it is an enzyme in our stomach and a pancreas, break the bonds. That enzymes break the bonds that holds the amino acids in protein together. Then it will help to absorb the amino acids individually. To help with this process, we can try to eat and drinking more acidic foods like orange juice, vinegar and most type of fruits. Amino acids, dipeptides and tripeptides are absorbed into the cells of the intestinal wall. That means when the absorption will start at that time, amino acids and dipeptides, tripeptides first move on to the cells of the intestinal wall. What is dipeptide? It is an organic compound derived from two amino acids. What is tripeptide? When the amino acid molecules are joined together with the elimination of water and the formation of two amide bonds, that time it is called tripeptide. So that the cells that link the small intestine that release a peptidases enzyme that will break down dipeptide and tripeptide into single amino acids. The small intestine is the primary site of amino acid and glucose, and then it is absorbed into the blood. What is proteins? Proteins consist of one or more chains of amino acids called polypeptides. The sequence of the amino acid chain causes the polypeptide to fold into a shape that is biologically active. The amino acid sequence of proteins are encoded in the genes. We have already discussed about in transcription process. So that it is a large group of nitrogenous organic compounds that are essential constituents of living cells, consisting of polymers of amino acids that are joined together by the peptide bonds. And it is essential in the diet of animals for growth and repair of tissues, can be obtained from meat, eggs and milk. What are the functions of proteins? Protein has many roles in our body. It helps repair and builds your body tissues, allows metabolic reactions to take place, and coordinates bodily functions. Proteins also maintains proper pH and fluid balance. Examples are collagen, insulin and anticorps. What is pH? The acidity and the alkalinity of our blood are measured using the scale is pH scale. Human life requires controlled pH level in the serum of about 7.4 to survive. Human body is naturally slightly alkaline with blood pH of around 7.4. Stomach is acidic, which allows it to digest food. Protein digestion begins when you first start chewing. There are two enzymes in our saliva called amylase and lipase. It will help to digest or break down the food. They mostly break down carbohydrates and fats. Once a protein sources reaches our stomach, hydrochloric acid and enzymes called proteases break the proteins into smaller chains of amino acids. Then it will move to the cells of small intestine. Then it will transfer to blood. Proteins have a general formula RCH NH2COOH, where C is carbon, H is hydrogen, N is nitrogen, O is oxygen, and R is a group called a side chain that varies in composition and structure. Hence, the chemical formula of protein is RCH NH2COOH. The primary functions of proteins are repair and maintenance. So it is termed as the building block of the body. Whenever our body part is injured, that time a new cells will be formed at the wounded places. So it is termed as the building block of the body. Proteins involved in the creation of some hormones, enzymes and antibodies. Our body defense mechanism or immune system, that is an antibody. It also helps in transportation and storage of molecules. In the introduction part, we will discuss about, I have already introduced some essential amino acids and the non-essential amino acids. What are these? Essential amino acids are methionine, threonine, histidine, valine, phenylalanine, isoleucine, tryptophan, lysine and leucine. These 9 essential amino acids we get from food. And the non-essential amino acids it can produce our body. So it is alanine, arginine, asparagine, aspartic, cysteine, glutaric acid, glutamine, glycine, proline, serine and tyrosine. I think all of you understood what is the relationship between amino acids and proteins, what are the essential amino acids and non-essential amino acids, how amino acids absorbed into our blood, okay, how the proteins performs in our body. Next class we will discuss about the activation of amino acid in translation process. Children, it is enough today. In the next class we will discuss about translation process. Okay children, bye.